Hey you guys, I'm super excited. I'm always super excited, but I wanted to do a little video today and tonight. After a long day, I decided I'm going to do a live video. I haven't done a live video in a long time, but we used to really depend highly, and I mean for about 15 years, really depended highly on the wire services. We really did. And, we were part of we're still part of a lot of wire services. We got rid of some of the wire services, but we stayed with some wire services because, you got to take the money from everywhere, really. But now we obviously don't have to really, really just, stay with the wire service. We actually finally can just pick and choose if you want to take these orders or not. So top 10 things, this is top 10 things that I think for the wire services. So not only do they take these crazy percentages out, they take and eat up 50% of the profits. So that's number one reason why most of us despise the wire service companies. The second reason why I despise, and a lot of us despise the wire service companies, is because now they are letting these order gather companies be part of the wire services. These order gather companies that aren't even part of having a real location or a real shop. Back in the day, you remember when you had to actually have a flower shop and FTD or Teleflora had to come into your flower shop and make sure that you had a flower cooler and make sure that you had flowers to actually sell and products? Well, now these days, they're letting all the order gatherers be members because they're making them a lot of money. And, that's why a lot of us are going out of business. We're supporting the wrong people. Number 3, let's see. The wire services, they let everybody be a member. So if you're in a town and you got a lot of flower shops in the areas, chances are you're going to have other members in your area. So how are they going to get you number one up in the search engines when you have 4 or 5 other flower shops in your area being members of the same company? They have to spread their orders out evenly. You got to think of it that way. How are they going to get you number one when they're working with 4, 5, and 6 flower shops out there? So find somebody that's going to just take you on and not all these other companies in the same area. Just be smart about it. Number 4, you have to have codified products. So not only are they taking 50% of the profits, you also have to buy their products to be codified. And we all know that if you're not codified for the product, you're not going to get any of those orders. So we're stuck buying cases and cases and cases of these products. And chances are maybe you got a case of 12 and you sell 2 or 3 of them during the holiday. All right, well, we're left with all these other containers that we end up stacking up for years to come that we're trying to get rid of with our regular customers. And that's a waste of money. I mean, you can buy these products really at your wholesaler for probably 70% off of what they're charging you. So you're really spending more money. They don't want you making any money on those products. You're not buying them wholesale, you're buying them retail. So where's the money in that? We all loved the codified products that you have to have with the wire service. All right, next one. Number 6, time deliveries. You remember getting those orders and it says you got to deliver by a certain time? All these order gatherers and wire service, but I seem to see a lot of this going on with the order gatherers. And I did some research on why they're so prompt to get these orders out by 1 o'clock. What they're doing, these order gatherers are doing, is they're charging the people that are ordering from their website, they're charging them an extra $15 for a time delivery. So if your flower shop is not getting your delivery out by 1 o'clock, they have to credit back their customer that $15 that they didn't even give you at your flower shop. So they're making an additional $15. They're making the delivery charge. They're making even $2 or $3 by charging them a card. They're probably making even more money by all these extra charges and sending you, the flower shop, just the $30.01, and then you got to take your delivery charge out. So number 6 is time deliveries. All right, number 7, why we despise the wire service companies sometimes, is delivery confirmations. So if you forget to put your delivery confirmations in, you get penalized. And when you get penalized, you either get charged a certain amount, or at the end of your month, they give you a report of how well you did and how many delivery confirmations you didn't get in. And, you really get discouraged when they don't appreciate you getting the deliveries out, especially on the holidays. So say you're doing Valentine's Day. How are you going to get those 700 orders out? You got to take time to step away from doing your flower arrangements and then put that delivery confirmation in by 6 or 7 o'clock. So they want you to focus on delivery confirmations, or do they want to have you focus on getting those flower arrangements out? Number 7, what did I write down? They decide whether or not they're going to credit back the customer. So somebody calls them up and says, oh, my flowers died within an hour, or my flowers died in 6 days, and you guys said that they're going to last at least 7 days. I don't know about you, but flowers are perishable items. They don't last for a month. They don't last for 2 weeks sometimes. So who are these companies to promise the world and promise that the flowers are going to be alive? What happens if the customer puts them on the heater during the middle of the winter? Sometimes it is the customer's fault when the flowers do not last that long. But the wire service company always has the last say. Always has the last say whether or not you refund or whether or not they're going to pay you. Number 7. If you have one of these wire services, or actually, if you ever have a wire service company or a company that, gets your domain, this is a big one. I laugh because I deal with this on a daily basis. Don't ever give your domain up because they hold it for hostage. If you want to ever try something different, they go above and beyond to make sure that you do not get that domain back. You might get it back, but you might get it back in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes 2 months. So be careful when you are with these wire service companies and you have them host your site. Make sure you have access to your GoDaddy account or wherever you purchased your domain name. You should always have access to that. So that's just another thing that they have held over your head with the wire service company. All right, what are we on? Number 8. They charge you for extra zip codes. Oh, we love this one. So say you're in a big town, like me. Say you're in Boston. And Boston, you have about 75 zip codes in one town. They're going to charge you per zip code. So if you have a website with one of these companies, they're going to charge you per zip code. So you got to go pick and choose. Maybe it's $5 a zip code. Maybe it's $10 a zip code. Maybe it's $15 a zip code in some big towns. That's what they charge. So say you have 75 zip codes and you at least want to have 15. So 15 times even 5 per month. You're going bankrupt right now. That's crazy. You get charged per zip code. That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. But people pay. People pay. People don't complain. So they keep doing it. Number 9. I think I'm in number 9. Maybe I I skipped one, but anyways, number 9, I believe, they put you on suspension. So they make you feel bad at the end of the month that you didn't A, use the correct container, B, you didn't put a delivery confirmation in, C, maybe you screwed up the card message or something. Or they sent you the order with a screwed up card message and you didn't catch it. So it's your fault. So they put you on suspension for crazy, crazy things. It's really insane. You know, word of advice, if you're part of the wire service companies, great. Stay with them. You're making money. That's good. If you don't have an answer where else to go, there's tons and tons and tons of answers out there. Stop, letting them be, just stop letting them take over your business. It's your business. It's your flower shop. At this point, it seems like they're controlling everything. You should have some kind of a say. So if you're with the wire service company, stay with them, make some money, but try to save money where you can. Don't let them host your website and have somebody else host your website. Have somebody else host your website for a couple months and see how well it does. Because chances are, if you have 5 flower shops in your area and they're all with, let's say, Teleflora. Well, if you're a little bit different than all these duplicated, cookie cutter, Teleflora websites, then be different. Because if somebody's looking to send flowers in that area and they see all these cookie cutter websites and they see yours that's a little bit different, that's beautiful actually, with your flower arrangements on there too, they're going to order from you. And once you start getting orders and orders and orders, you're going to get ranked up in Google, which is really exciting. But that's a whole nother thing. But just do something different. If you're part of the wire service companies, you can stay with the wire service companies. Just try to do something different. Take back your domain for one and have access to it. Always have access. It's you bought it. It's yours. It's your company, your money. So try something different. Do something different. Do something crazy like we did. And it's really exciting to see how well it does. We always used to depend on the wire service companies. We probably went through, I can't even tell you how many companies we went through for websites and everything. It's crazy, but they really are taking over. The order gatherers are taking over the whole internet. It's crazy. You got to beat them before they take over the whole internet. It's crazy, nuts. At this point, the order gatherers are really posing as you. I know when I do a local search, right? And I put the name of the shop, I see the order gatherers posing as my shop. Like, our shop is on Washington Street, and there's 3 or 4 other flower shops on Washington Street, so they pose as Norwood, local florist on Washington Street. Okay. And it's an Avis Flowers, whatever it is, but it's crazy. They're really taking over. They're taking it the next level by branding your company name. So be careful. Make sure that you're telling your customers out there. Post on your flower shop web page on Facebook, and just let it be aware that about these order gatherer companies, because not everybody knows what an order gatherer or wire service is. You just have to let them know, and that's what we're doing in our area, anyways. But it's amazing. It's really amazing. I'm really excited. I just did that video a couple hours ago of how well we did on our website in the last less than a year. So take control of your website. Take control of your website. Do it for a couple months and see how well it does. We went from $500 to $1,000 a month to, I just shared, $67,000. That's crazy. That's really crazy, but it's easy to do. You just have to do it. But that's my top 10 reasons why I despise the wire service company sometimes. But I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you guys all at the top. Have fun, be creative, and just do what you love to do. Flowers. Bye.